The ending of Elite Force Season 1 reveals that the conservatory hostage crisis was never simply a terrorist attack. It was an elaborate act of personal revenge orchestrated by Amal Mayard, whose life was destroyed during a previous GIGN operation. Although it initially appears that David's daughter Manon is the ultimate target, the finale delivers a devastating twist. Amal was never trying to kill Manon at all. Her real objective was to make David experience the same kind of loss that had consumed her own life. Throughout the episode, Amal refuses to negotiate like a typical hostage taker. Instead, she insists on speaking directly to David. The flashbacks explain why. Years earlier, David encountered Amal during an operation that ended in tragedy. As Amal lay wounded, she begged him to save her daughter, Lena. David promised he would find the girl, but Amal ultimately lost both her husband and her child. Whether David personally caused their deaths isn't what matters to Amal. In her mind, he represents everything that destroyed her family. She tells him outright that he took her husband, her daughter, and her entire future away from her. Now she intends to return that pain by destroying his family in exactly the same way. When the rescue operation succeeds and the terrorists are eliminated, it seems Amal has one last chance to complete her revenge. The bomb attached to the hostage known as Oscar 3 is revealed to be Manon, forcing David to watch helplessly as his daughter's life hangs by a thread. This is exactly what Amal wanted. She wants David to feel powerless. She wants him to experience the terror she felt when her own daughter was beyond saving. Fortunately, Tanya discovers that the device is connected to a remote trigger rather than detonating automatically. By installing a signal jammer and carefully working through the mechanism, she manages to free Manon before time runs out. For a brief moment, it looks like the heroes have won. Once the GIGN retakes the building, Amal realizes there is no escape. Rather than allowing herself to be captured, she activates the countdown on the explosives and shoots herself. Her suicide reflects how completely revenge has consumed her. She no longer expects to survive. The only thing left that matters is making David suffer. Even after her death, her final plan is still unfolding. The finale's biggest twist comes only after Manon has been rescued. As Chloe investigates evidence inside Amal's storage locker, she uncovers photographs connected to Lena, confirming that Amal carefully planned every stage of the attack over a long period of time. While reviewing the evidence, Chloe realizes something everyone else has missed. Manon was never the intended victim. She desperately radios David with the truth. Jess is the real target. By this point, however, it's already too late. A bomb hidden underneath Jess's car explodes just as she smiles at David and Manon, believing the nightmare is finally over. The attack kills her instantly. The conservatory siege was therefore a distraction designed to focus everyone's attention on rescuing Manon, while Amal's actual revenge remained unnoticed until the final seconds. On the surface, killing David's daughter would seem like the obvious way to hurt him. Instead, Amal chooses something even more psychologically devastating. By allowing David to believe he saved Manon, she gives him hope before immediately taking away the person he loves. The sequence mirrors Amal's own experience. Years earlier, she desperately believed her daughter might still be saved before losing her anyway. Now David experiences the same emotional whiplash. He rescues one member of his family only to watch another die moments later. For Amal, that symmetry is the ultimate act of revenge. Although the hostage crisis dominates the finale, Max's personal storyline provides another emotional turning point. His mother's confession completely changes everything Max believed about his family. Learning that David is actually his biological father is painful enough, but what hurts even more is discovering that his mother intentionally kept David out of his life after Laurent's death. Max doesn't simply feel lied to, he feels robbed. As he angrily tells his mother she took his father away from him twice, first through the affair that destroyed the family, and then by hiding the truth for years. The season leaves this relationship unresolved, suggesting it will become one of the central conflicts moving forward. Although the GIGN ultimately succeeds in stopping the terrorists and rescuing nearly every hostage, the victory comes at an enormous personal cost. Sedgwick's leadership also prevents the operation from becoming an even greater disaster despite the overwhelming odds, but Jess's death ensures that nobody truly wins. For David, the mission ends in the cruelest possible way. He fulfills his promise to bring Manon home alive, only to lose his wife seconds later. The family he sought so desperately to protect is shattered regardless. The finale closes the season on a bittersweet note. The terrorists are defeated, Amal's years-long quest for revenge comes to an end, and the GIGN once again proves why it's one of France's elite counter-terrorism units. Yet the final explosion reminds us that even the most successful operation cannot erase the personal sacrifices made by those who stand on the front lines. Instead of ending with triumph, the season concludes by showing that, for these officers, surviving the mission is only the beginning of living with its consequences.